Well, hey, Gundam Maniacs, welcome to the Gundam Explained podcast, episode 71, I think. Yeah, it's been crazy doing all these. I don't know what number we're at, but really, just wanted to give thanks. This is a Thanksgiving special. I didn't do a live show on Thanksgiving. I thought I was going to, but really, things were going on, so I didn't really get around to it. But I did still want to make a video to kind of talk about Gundam and give thanks, make some cool content here. It's been cool how this year has been for this channel and for Gundam. Just getting into Gundam, starting this channel last year, in the second year of doing the channel, but also it's grown so much, meeting new people, especially Steven, and then being part of the podcast. It just works out the way we discuss things on camera. In the podcast form. I always really feel good when I do those shows on his channel and on this channel, obviously. But also, a huge thanks to other members of the community, not only the supporters who have really motivated me to work on this stuff. Anytime I'm working on a video for the channel, I never feel like it's work. I enjoy it. It's like, what can I do to, balance providing sort of mainstream coverage, but also get into the details for those times where it's fun to get into the details. It's been a fun balance figuring out how to do it. So different types of videos. Sometimes I'll talk about shows and do reviews, do reactions, sometimes Gunpla, action figures. And even then I try to approach them and think about how I'm approaching them and doing them. And it's been fun experimenting. And, on top of that too are some supporters who have helped me along the way really to not only come up with content and discussion, but also just to be there. Just on the Discord, it's amazing, and it's actually amazing where I can jump in sometimes after work or even during work when I have some room to breathe, and then seeing some of the people in there. Shout out to Ian, one of our mods, Goose as well, and Sayla. Rogue New Type is another one that's always in there. And there's a handful of others that were always jumping in there, talking. Some people along the way, so like Santo Bell, who has sent me stuff, and he's working on that G-Savior kit that's going to be sick. I can't wait for that. And then, there's just other people along the way that I've come to meet, and there's so many. Like, if I don't name someone, I'm going to feel bad. But, like, Sway is another one who, it's interesting when you get these different perspectives from all these different, Gundam fans. And then, shout out also, I'm thankful for this, for those in the Discord that are always posting cool stuff. Zionic American, Tom, Enthusiast. There's so many people that are really always posting, and it makes it exciting. And there's other members of the community that also have their own communities. There's been like Sieg New York, and so like Zionic Shadow, and Eddie, Saint Kingdom, where they have their own sort of things they're creating, and we kind of intersect sometimes at Gundam Explain. So yeah, just another element, that I'm thankful for. And it's all the people, not only people that I named, but also the people that I haven't named, that really do make this awesome for me. And I hear that sometimes when I would hear a YouTuber or some other person that's like, oh, it's all because of you guys. But it is true. Community is so important, and it's taught me a lot. Being sheltered since COVID and working remote, you come across fewer and fewer situations where you would meet people and get to know people. So what's interesting about Gundam Explain creating the Discord is I'd always be a part of communities online, whether it's Star Wars or gaming, and then after a while I would move away from communities because sometimes it would just get overbearingly toxic. And maybe my sensitivity to it is higher than others because I really, I have kids also, and maybe that's part of it, but I really want a safe place that, kids can be in, but also it can get crazy. It's one of those things where there's not a black and white approach to this, and so far it has been awesome. In the Discord. And so from that, though, I've met these people that gel with the kind of vibe I'm trying to put out there, and people show up and they're awesome. It really gives me a lot to be thankful for, really. And I think this, the community and talking with the supporters and just people that are Gundam fans, that's also bled into home life, because it's I'm coming from now a perspective of community as I'm speaking with my kids and my wife and all that, and it really does change things for the better. Even I have my full-time job that's used to pay the bills. I even have a greater appreciation of that as well. I mean, that's taught me a lot that I'm utilizing here with Gundam Explained. But it's just like I always have Gundam to look forward to because it's really cool. But yeah, enough about all that stuff. Next, I was talking about things that I'm totally thankful for, and that doesn't, include the obvious outside of Gundam, like my family, and other friends and other people around here. But let's get into the material stuff, right? So I was looking at videos from last year, and seeing what I've reviewed and what are the videos I'm thankful for, content I'm thankful for, and maybe some of the Gunpla or Robot Spirits. It's just funny seeing the old way of doing the thumbnails. That's when when I was first deciding I needed to go all in with this channel. I had some super basic thumbnails at first. My brother kind of helped me spice them up, and then I kind of went in and refined it. And I think with the yellow border and the colors, that kind of helped draw people's attention. And then over time, I kind of again pulled back. But Jesta, that was from Santo Bell. Yeah, thanks for that. Let's see. I think GM Quell might have been end of last year. So yeah, some things to be thankful for. I mean, SD Gundam Battle Lines trailer. So that's something when it comes to Gundam gaming that has been really awesome this year. I'm thankful for is the games that they've been coming out with, Bandai Namco. In fact, the team at Bandai Namco reaching out to me to help be an ambassador for their games, which is awesome. So I get to, make content for the games that they come out with that they can help promote. It's really cool. Let's see. Yeah, and then I was getting into some of the side stories to kind of briefly go over what these stories are that are part of the side story games. In fact, I'm playing Journey for Jaburo right now, and I actually really like it. Even though the controls have that tanky old school feel, it works because you're in a mech. But anyway, those games, yeah, like Blue Destiny right here, going through those games have allowed me to get Rise from the Ashes. I even need to watch these again, or maybe even do a sort of timeline approach to the story beats that happen throughout these side stories along the 1 Year War up until Unicorn, I think, for most of it. The Gundam Metaverse. Can't say I'm thankful for that yet. Nothing has really come about that, really. And then so being thankful. This was 7 months ago that I got 1,000 subs. That happened fast, but it was still a slower climb than it is occurring right now. Right now, it's increasing exponentially. And, once I hit that, it's everything changed for me. And I actually had just got back from a 10-day meditation course where, we weren't allowed to speak to anybody. We didn't have our phones. It was just something, I explore meditation on that and wanted to go through that. So I came back feeling refreshed, 1,000 subs, started the supporter options because there's this balance of, I make this content that I enjoy making and I'm wanting to do more with it. But it's hard with my full-time job and family to just do it on my own. So by having that supporter option there where people can support me, that kind of motivates me. There's a little bit of pressure relief when it comes to some costs associated with doing this stuff. So I've been very thankful for how that has turned out. I can't complain about anything, really. And so that just led into, let's see, just going through 08th MS Team. That was fun. That was a very memorable couple months there. Very thankful that I finally got the Gun Tank and White Base Hanger Robot Spirits line. I've been eyeing that for forever because it's been $200, which that almost seems like that's okay, but that's just a lot to spend on something, especially something like that. And specifically something like this. And so there was just the perfect timing where I happened to come across some funds while there was a sale and nabbed it. I love those. Have you guys ever come across something like that where there's something super expensive you've always wanted, you've always eyed it, and then the moment came and you finally got it? I'm curious. Non-related to Gundam, for the Star Wars line, the 3.75-inch figures, there was the Darth Plagueis. Always wanted, finally got it. Okay, let's see. Gundam Wing, yeah, thankful for finally going through that. Thanks for everyone for pushing me, man. That was some beard game right there, where I kind of got it going pretty long, and then I kind of trimmed it down just a bit. Thankful for the hair growth, I guess. I don't know. Oh, yes, to get a Char Aznable action figure in that same scale, like I was talking about the Plagueis. Yeah, there's these videos I was doing with GBO2. I enjoyed doing it, but it just wasn't. I guess whenever I would play it, I would then record after the fact, if I remembered. Okay, and you know what? Something I want to be thankful for, but I'm not yet, that Saikamu Systems Aku review. It was bugging me how different it looked, and I couldn't figure it out until someone mentioned that it's missing a piece on the front of its face. And I was like, oh my god. I did the entire review like that, and that was pretty embarrassing, but what was it? Bandai said they'd be sending something over. Haven't got it yet. A replacement part. They said they'd be sending it, so. Let's see. Just, going through some of these. Oh, yeah, the Barrel Custom was something I'm thankful for. Oh, yeah, and then the start of, because that would then be on the live. That's what I'm not seeing here. So it was sometime earlier, Steven, Midnight Hatter, joining the Gundam podcast. I think that really fleshes out the podcast. It's cool to have a podcast or two that you listen to that's just one guy rambling on, but specific subjects, it's really nice to have two people that have a degree of understanding that they can bounce off like the lore with each other, and we're both big fans of Zeta, and I think that helps. Zeta, I feel like, is core backbone Gundam. Like, if you really wanted to have someone to understand Gundam by just one show or series, I would say Zeta is a good one. But anyway, really thankful for the SD Gundam Battle Alliance views I get for those videos. I get most views on those videos, but that and the Witch from Mercury reaction stuff. But I try to just organically make those videos. I'm not trying. Man, it's like part of me wants to double down and go all video gamey, but that will burn me out. Speaking from experience having a video game channel as well. Yeah, thankful to get a new show, Witch from Mercury, at a time where I've gotten through enough UC that I am down to jump into another AU. And having a weekly show that's Gundam that is new and that I can do videos of, like, that's so fun to me. Like, I love looking forward to a new show, watching it once. And I tend to just watch it once, and then I will set up to watch it and react as I go. But I'll skip around, like, and remember things, because I try to do it with more of a fresh, like, this is interesting, because I want to start doing more videos later, especially when the show's over, where I kind of dive more into what an episode was trying to show off. Because there's a lot of, subtext in a lot of this Gundam. It's very interesting to dive into that. And then, I'm thankful for the people I see out there that are actually able to glean some very interesting information just from watching it the first time and then post it online. Thankful for our G Gundam discussion. So the main core mod team, Sayla, Goose, and Ian, for the first episode. The idea is every month it's the exclusive supporter podcast where we watch something Gundam related and post it. The suggestion was for G Gundam, but that was so long that we had to delay not only the first one, I think, by a week, but the second one. It's still going to come out this month. We're recording that shortly. But then like future ones aren't going to be like full seasons, so we'll be able to. It's going to be more of a consistent rollout, and then other people that are part of the Patreon, it will have rotating shares for the G Watch for people that maybe aren't interested in wanting to do a show or people that are, and if there's a lot of people that are interested for certain episodes, we'll probably do just a drawing for that. Yeah. Anything else? It was very fun doing that little light novel audiobook. I was thankful for the reactions I got on that. Yeah, and so probably the most thankful I am for a material object related to Gundam is either the Robot Spirits Ariel or the Metal Robot Spirits Hazel with the Harududu option parts. And I don't even know if I said that last part right. I'm sure there's more consonants and vowels, but yeah. Let's see. You know what? And I think that is it. Is that really it? Yeah. Really the point of this was to just kind of go over what I'm thankful for because so many cool things have gone on. And there's some giveaways that I was supposed to already be giving stuff away for, so that is going to be coming up soon. There's just so much to keep up with, and you can see I kind of have a disaster here brewing that it wasn't as bad, and then as I've been getting things and organizing, it's been getting crazy. But anyway, hope that was a fun little interesting Thanksgiving video. I really didn't have much to really talk about except that I'm just, thankful for how this channel has progressed through the last few months. Now, yeah, post below things that you might be thankful for this year. And it doesn't have to be related to Gundam, but if there's some Gundam-related stuff, throw it in there. But curious, just personal stuff maybe that, it would be cool to hear from the community and all that. But anyway, thanks. We will talk later.